my god. Fucking love it. Holy shit, boys. Welcome on in. I made that this morning. Yeah, anyway. Good God. Come on in.
Oh, dick quit!
Oh, Burgundy. Oog. How you doing? What's going on? Welcome, boys. Playoff preview night. And the Eagles are coming like a rampaging horde in a post-apocalyptic wasteland. Burgundy's not unmuted. Uh-oh.
Oh, there he is.
I figured you were, I wanted to have you wait to bring in the high-end talent,
Oh, all right, on the hashtag high-end talent.
Here I come to save the day.
That did not clip. I am surprised and very happy about that. Burgundy, did you like your little tribute to the Eagles I threw together this morning?
That was very well done. God damn. Oh, you got to make us the villains. Typical anti-Philly bias.
I'm sorry, anyone with a flaming guitar is not a villain.
You're just the coolest chick in the world.
Oh my god.
I know, I just wanted to pull the Gridiron Heights line.
There you go. So here's what we're going to do, guys. We're going to take a look. Each team, we're going to run down their record, break down their pod, if you will. And let's see where we're at. So why don't we just jump right into it? Burgundy's got the records ready to go, I believe. We're going to break down the AFC, and then we'll move over to the NFC, which is the Eagles and 5 garbage monsters, basically. Because, God, the NFC is bad.
Motherfucker, I knew I was supposed to do something earlier.
You didn't do that?
I didn't do the thing I was supposed to do.
Well, mother F bitch.
What was the thing?
The thing was, Burgundy's like, yeah, I can take care of this, no problem. I'll get the records for each team, who they beat, who they lost, who they beat, who they lost.
Yeah, I just have to open up, 17 files. That's all. I can do that fairly quickly.
Not
right?
oh, you dumb son of a bitch. That's mean, Ethan. Come on.
Yeah, no, that I resemble that remark.
Ah, dang it. I should have checked before I said it. All right, fine. Let's just break it down. We don't need to worry about that at this point, Burgundy. It's too late now. The Eagles are 16-0. There I help. Yeah, that's pretty funny.
The Eagles beat everybody. That one's easy.
Yeah, but who do they beat? Do you know their schedule? I know
everybody.
I know Oog probably knows their schedule, but...
Yes, I know most of the schedules in this.
All right, so... Let's just break her down, boys. Let's get started. The 4 seed and the 5 seed matchup in the AFC. You've got the Chiefs and the Bills. This is your wild card, your opener for the playoffs. Your first of the wild card bitches, yeehaw. What are you seeing here, Oog, of these two teams based on how they attack the other side?
Well, I mean, I was lucky enough to take my notes with a pen and paper, so at least I don't have their records, but I do at least for these ones. Yeah. The Chiefs were 13-3 with a plus 315.
That's pretty good.
And the Bills were 11-5 with a plus 172. So what we know about both of these teams is they both play some damn good offense, and they both play some damn good defense. But looking at how everything lines up, Casey has less of a chance to exploit the Bills' passing defense due to the fact that Steve DeBerg sucks.
He's not a good thrower at all. He can run like a mother, but man...
Otherwise, this game would be impossible. It would be a coin flip or a pick'em. But I don't think that KC can overcome the deficiencies at quarterback.
All right. How about you, Burgundy? What are you seeing here between the Chiefs and the Bills?
Well, this is going to be a bit of a drag out for sure. In terms of advantage, as I'm kind of looking back and forth at the players here, I think you have a slight edge in quarterback to Kelly, QB Bills. After that, you got a nice little mix. It's going to be pretty even, I think, for the most part. So it should be, I feel like it's going to be a high-scoring affair.
Yeah, I got to agree. I think it's going to be a high-scoring game for sure.
But the second we redo the lineups, oh yeah, I'm going plus minus 70.
Wow, 70. So talking 10 majors, assuming no extra blocks and things. From my point of view, I think the key to this game, there's 2 keys. One, DeBerg limits his throwing mistakes because if he throws anything short near a defender, it's going to get picked off. The long bomb, at least there's a chance it's not going to get picked. And the second one is, can the Bills' left tackle slow down Derek Thomas on punts? Not that there might be a lot of punts, but a blocked punt in this game, and Derek Thomas has been absolutely murdering punters all season. I bet you he's got I'd say at least 8 blocked punts this season. He has been absolutely flying.
You were talking about the left tackle.
Yeah, left tackle.
It's number 69, Will Wolford. He's feeling good going into the game. And his hitting power is 75. He's not fast, but I'm pretty sure. Let's see. Let's take a look at Thomas. As you can tell, I have a version of the ROM with the proper. Thomas is excellent. So, yeah, he's going to have a hard time. Thomas is 81, 100, 56, 100, 100 pass interceptions, and 75 quickness. So, yes, your concern is not only well-founded. I think it's almost the only thing Kansas City has going for them to keep themselves in the game.
I mean, they're fast on offense, but they got problems on defense, I think. So I think I'm taking the Bills. I think it'll be close until the fourth, and then the Bills are going to open it up, I think is how it's going to finish. So I have the Bills picked to advance out of this. You guys agree, I'm assuming?
I would agree with the Bills, but how far do you think it's opening up?
I think it's going to be one of those, like, it's a one-score game sort of deal. The Bills score to go up by 2. Maybe Kansas City scores, onside kick doesn't work, and then the Bills proceed to pound it down their throat, sort of thing. So it's going to be like a 10 to 14 point gap, I think, by the end of the game.
Okay,
that's where I'm
going with
feeling it.
6.5 is the spread.
Okay,
6.5 for Buffalo is the spread.
All right, that's fair. That's fair. So with that, then how about we look at the second wild card on the AFC side? This will be the third game of the day, where we have an AFC Central rematch here. The Bengals win the division on the last day. The Browns, who started 7-0, I believe, almost missed the playoffs. It literally took Mighty Mouse Webster Slaughter coming through in the second half with 3 touchdowns because the Oilers won, and had the Browns lost 7-0 to out of the playoffs, would have been an absolute disaster. I mean, there's no other real way to look at it, guys. So this time I think we'll give Burgundy first crack at it. I'll take second. Who can have third? So Burgundy, who you got in this Browns-Bengals matchup? And what's your keys to victory?
Wow. This is tough. I was trying to look up when they faced head-to-head, although the regular season, it feels like it doesn't matter by comparison. As, yeah, I might be trying to do this all behind the scenes stupidly, and that's, it's too late, Burgundy. You done fucked up.
That's fun.
But that's not going to stop me from trying.
There you go.
But yeah, I mean, I feel like it really depends on what Browns team you get showing up that day. We've seen how capable their offense is at destroying a lot of teams, but if just like something that hits a little close to home, my Philadelphia Phillies, if their offense doesn't show up, they can disappear in a hurry.
All right. So Burgundy saying close game, or what are you feeling here? I know you're saying anyone can win, but
yeah, I know. Yeah, that was a very much a cop-out answer, wasn't it? Dumb son of a... No.
Thank you very much for the gift sub.
Yeah, I'm swinging and missing just like the Phillies here. Holy shit. Now, I think it has the potential to be close, but I think the Bengals have proven themselves a little bit more consistent over the course of the season.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair. Actually, I'll go next. Who can go last? Browns-Bengals. Browns have been on a hell of a schneid, and they skidded their way into the playoffs, like, by the barest of bare-ass fucking sneak-in jobs. But they are the 6th seed, and the Bengals are your AFC Central champion. They will be hosting this game. For me, the key to this game is going to come down to 2 main things. Can the Browns center slow down Crumry? in the middle. He has been one of those nose tackles that has been consistently showing up for his team. And on the other side of it, for Cincy on offense, can they avoid flea flicker follies? That's the big one for them. They did have some fumbling issues in a couple games, but I think the bigger issue is, do they call that godforsaken flea flicker and give the ball away? You know what I mean? That to me, that's the keys right now for each side. And if you want to add a third one, the Browns have to use Kozar on the ground. They got to use his speed. Even if he's not going to be able to run 70 yards like he was early in the season, just get those 5 yards, Get the yardage. It's the playoffs. You take what they give you. As for picking a winner in this game, I'm going to go with the minor upset. I think the Browns are going to advance to the divisional round. It's going to be close because they had close games almost the whole year. It was a bad team, they blew them out. It was a good team, close games. Oog, how about you?
As you both have said, that this is a tough one. And Burgundy put it very, very nicely, saying which Browns are going to show up, right?
Yep.
I mean, you're looking at a Browns team who has the best offense and the worst defense in this playoffs. And when I mean worst defense, I mean it's pathetic.
Lot. I mean, here, while you're talking about this, I'll show you. They're terrible.
Yeah. But
oh crap! My input died. Keep going.
For me, the game hinges on in Tecmo of all things. It hinges on how long Cincinnati can keep the ball on offense. Because if they can exploit the absolutely atrocious Browns defense, the Browns don't have time to bark on offense.
Yeah,
and
right.
I think that's the reason, like the consistency for Cincinnati and the inconsistency for Cleveland, I think is the reason that even if this is an AFC North game nowadays, but AFC Central game, it's going to be decided by a field goal or a touchdown. It's going to be less than 7. And I actually think it's going to be one of those where one team is down, and just like the Browns last week, where one team is down and they need and win by 2. I think it's going to be a 2.5 point spread. I'm going with the Bengals because they were the consistent ones, and I think that they can exploit that horrendous defense. Like, that's a horrendous defense.
It's pretty bad. I also love that the Lions are a playoff team that are also in this bottom list, but we'll get to the NFC.
27th against the pass and 26th against the rush, against number 5 passing, and maybe the number 17 running, but that number 5 passing against number 27.
Oof. That is.
It's not a good game for the Browns unless they jump out the lead right away and never relinquish it. That's why I'm going with the Bengals, and I got a 2.5 spread on that shit.
All right, fair deal. So, pick a winner. Like I said, I think I'm going to go with the Browns for the upset. You've got the Bengals winning, Oog. Burgundy, where are you going to fall?
I'm leaning towards Kitty going meow.
All right. I could see either team winning. The Browns pick is most definitely my Kmart Blue Light Special, if you will, for an upset. So, let's take a quick...
Ethan. 1 second. Ethan in chat, he's like, ooh, putting the odds down. Ethan, that's how I'm picking my games. I have the Bills by 6.5, and I have the Bengals by 2.5. That's what I'm doing. And that's how I'm picking.
Just before we flip it over, guys, to the NFC, we'll take a quick look at our 1 and 2 seeds. So we'll start with the Colts, the 2 seed, 12-4. They won so many close, low-scoring games, and if they lost, they tended to get their absolute head caved in. I think they had 1 close loss, and otherwise they had 3 just get the dog shit kicked out of them. They lost to the Bills twice, so if the Bills advance, that could be a problem for the Colts at 12-4. And they lost to the last game of the season. They lost to like the Patriots on a fumble late when they were down 3. And there was another game they lost that I'm trying to remember who they lost to and by how much. But yeah, their superpower has been generally Jeff George throwing lasers and his receivers catching contested balls when there is a defender there. Their defense seems to be pretty serviceable, but they just seem to be able to not turn the ball over a ton. However, there is a question because Jeff George is injured right now. Will he be back? I believe he is hurt, is he not? Or am I misremembering?
That's 1 second. I'm checking right now. He is excellent, actually.
Okay, even better. So he's still alive. That's good. So Jeff's alive.
And
he's still going.
In chat, I'm going to throw what I think the Colts' real superpower is.
Rubber band one. Just rubber band around here, but
Okay.
But there was a couple games, back-to-back weeks. One, a team could have called timeout and kicked a field goal to tie or maybe win, and they didn't. And then the next week, the other team just didn't have a timeout, and they ran out of time in field goal range. So they could have been 10-6. It could be talking about them in the wild card. That's how close it was in the AFC East with the Bills.
Before we go anywhere, I think we need to celebrate Albert Bentley's rushing year.
Oh God, really? You really want to celebrate that?
I really want to show that on screen and make sure everybody sees how wonderfully awesome it is.
Oh my God.
2 touchdowns.
That is worse than I thought. Jesus Christ. So he's in the negatives. The game just doesn't show negatives.
Yep.
Burgundy, you seeing this shit?
Sorry,
I'm seeing it. I just
it was perfect.
Throw a laugh 3 up there. That's my thoughts on it.
85 attempts, no yards. I don't have that one on here. What? Oh, I turned it off. Sorry. 1 second. I turned that off.
What the fuck is this piece of shit?
Hey, I got it in there just in time. I forgot to turn it back on. My bad. So, yeah, he's also injured, so that's why his stats look bad, not because they are bad. Wait, no, they're terrible, actually.
Oh my God, and his he is not playing in the playoffs.
Ooh, and if he comes back, they will insert him automatically. No, I'm not doing save states, Oog, to try to force that. I'm not doing that.
That's okay.
We are going to have the lineups. If they survive their game, then we can fix their lineup for the next game. So there's going to be a little bit of lineup shenanigans on stream. But yeah, so that's what I think of the Colts. Am I really? I know you said their superpower is really the rubber band, but what is their biggest power? Would you say, Oog, other than the rubber band?
Their biggest power is their front seven. I mean, if you take a look at their front seven, you're going to find, first of all, Hand, Armstrong, and Clancy will all have 11 sacks apiece. That's 33 sacks on your front three. Pickett's got 24, so there's 57 sacks. 64 plus another 15, that's 79.
Oof.
81 sacks in the front seven. If you want to know what their superpower is, it's that defensive front.
And Bickett doesn't have any picks somehow. That's insane.
They're too afraid to do anything his way. Look at those abilities.
Oh God, he's nuts. Oh, the Cal can't be winners. Still got 7 sacks though.
Yep.
Oh man, that's pretty gross. They've got some horses, if you will.
Still 7 sacks with that friggin' dead horse.
Yeah, and also pretty bad. So they got a couple weaknesses here or there, but when you got that many monsters, you're gonna get some wins. Bernie, yep. What do you think here, Colts? What's going for them? What is their stuff? We've talked about Jeff George. We've talked about the front seven. What is another thing? Oh, we talked about the rubber band abilities too, but we'll have to wait and see how that plays in the playoffs. They don't call him the best man in the business.
It would help if I unmuted the mic, wouldn't it? Motherfucker. I was talking for about 7 seconds there. Always know when your mic's on, folks. Getting into broadcasting.
Mic's hot.
Anyway. God damn fucking titty. All right. Yes, I hope that, for the Colts, they're going to want to hope that horseshoe of theirs is continuing to be lucky, as I referenced in the fastest 3 minutes. As they seem to pull out a lot of shenanigans in very close games. I feel like if it's a game that gets away from them, yeah, they ain't coming back.
Yeah, they're not built to come back. They're built to get a lead and crush you on defense. That's how they win.
Or otherwise just be hanging around.
That works too. They're not making up like 2-score games in the second half very often. That's the thing. They got to keep her close or have the lead. So that's fair. All right. And the last one in the AFC, of course, is the 15-1 Denver Donkeys, the Broncos. Lost one game all year, and that was to the Chiefs, who is on the other side of the bracket from them. So how about that? Oog, the superpower for the Broncos.
Everything. especially once we rejig the lineups.
Oh, yeah. I mean, Nateal's going to be in the lineup.
The only kryptonite for this team is Gary Kubiak.
That's rough right now because Elway is injured.
No, he's injured. The only kryptonite for this team is Gary fucking Kubiak. So you better hope Elway gets back. But I mean, when your third and fourth receivers would be your top two running backs, well, you could still keep Vance and Mark Jackson in their respective positions. Like you are friggin' stacked on the offense.
Yep.
And then there's Gary Kubiak. And then I'm looking at this defense, and I'm seeing so many hundreds here. I'm figuring I'm looking at like a grade 4 math year.
I mean, I was gonna say I've seen so many hundreds. It's a hip hop star out at the bar is what I would have gone with, but that's just me.
At the bear. So many hundreds. Drake decided to treat everyone in Toronto to a drink.
To a drink, eh? All right. Broncos. The Elway can run a little bit. He seems to be a relatively good passer. He's thrown like single-digit picks, and it's a minimal amount, if any.
It's his pass control that's the only problem, but he is a great avoid pass block, and the passing speed is perfect.
Exactly. Throwing bullets. That's all you want to be doing there. Vance Johnson kind of gets everything done. Their return game is solid. Like, they're 15-1 for a reason. They are the favorite in the AFC, but as has been shown, they can be stuffed because they have a defender that can break up that reverse, and they decide to call it 9 times in the first half. They will lose because that's how they fucking lost to the Chiefs. God damn it!
May I say one more thing?
Sure.
They have the best player, as far as attributes go, in the whole goddamn game as a backup receiver.
Ricky Nateal.
No, Ricky Nateal. I looked at everybody's stats. Ricky Nateal is the best player in this game.
He's only spelled Johnson for about 4 games, I think, three and some of a game, and he's got 10 touchdowns.
I have an idea for when we get to the we get to the lineups.
We will have to discuss that. That's gonna be one of the big ones. But anyway, that's AFC, guys. On the other side, we've got the NFC. I just want to point out too as well. I love how all the names on this side are B's and C's. They get good grades. This side, on the other hand, not good grades. Oh God, no. All right, let's start with our second game of Wildcard Weekend. It's the Lions and the New York Giants.
Who the hell gets a V?
What's that?
Who the hell gets a V in school?
Vendetta. That's who gets a V.
Okay.
It's for Vendetta. Like the movie. Anyway.
Movie.
All right, Lions Giants. Burgundy, I'm going to put you on the clock first. What are you seeing in this game?
Oh, damn it. I was afraid of that. Putting me on the clock. That was the matchup that I was looking to put together as far as who beat who and things like that, and I got about a little more than 3/4 of the way there. So we'll start with your Giants. They started off hot in the beginning with going 3-0, besting the Niners, Rams, and Bears. Then they lost a couple in a row to the Browns and Cowboys. Rebounded against the Cardinals, art imitating life, winning 38-0 in that one. Before losing to the Steelers in head-scratching fashion, and then decimating the Skins 58-0. So the Giants are a very mixed bag. By
beyond.
comparison, the Lions, yeah, I remember that one. The Lions, well, they started off strong early. They had a nice win against the Skins. They had a close loss to the Packers and then got boat raced by the Dolphins. But then they managed to cobble together 4 wins in a row against the Colts, the Bucks, the Vikings, the Niners. So both of these teams have been very up and down all season, and it's hard to say what you're going to see out of. These are pretty much. It's almost one of those. What is it? The mirror match type things. Harpo Marx and Lucille Ball in the mirror, to really show my age.
I know what you're getting at.
Classic I Love Lucy.
Before Oog really breaks into the minutia of this, I'm just going to give you my thoughts here. The Lions' keys to victory: keep the ball on the ground. You've got a fast quarterback, you've got a decent running back in Sanders, and you've got an obscenely fast Aubrey Matthews who has a run play. Run the ball. Rodney Peete and his rubber arm should not be chucking the ball. On defense for the Lions, it's all going to come down to, can Keith Turd Ferguson break down the line in front of him? If he can do that, it's going to disrupt what the Giants want to do. As for the Giants, right now, Sims came back last game, so Sims is back, which is a little better than the stash in Hostetler, but not by a lot. But the Giants, the keys are make the Lions pass because their secondary has shown an ability to pick the ball off, and Otis Anderson some more. Shoot Dave Maggot just because he's gross, not because he sucks, but he also sucks. In regards to the fact that, the return game's terrible, that's not his fault. But the Giants need to run the ball, pass a little. What happened to touchdown maker Baker? He has disappeared in the second half of the season.
He's not even on my ideal lineup.
I'm sure he's not. But just to top it all off, guys, I'm just going to say, I don't have the Giants' record in front of me, but I know for a fact they lost to the Eagles twice. They lost to the Browns. They lost to the Bengals. They lost to the
Oilers.
The Oilers, who almost made the playoffs. Like, they have lost to so many playoff teams, or near playoff teams. And the Steelers, and the Cowboys. So, the Giants are inconsistent, and if I'm going to have to pick a winner in this game, I'm taking the Giants begrudgingly. And I mean begrudgingly. Just because I don't trust Rodney Peete to not throw the ball away. That's the only reason I'm picking the G-Men. I think they can.
G-Men are 9-7, by the way.
Yeah, they're bad.
They're 9-7. I'll get into it in a minute.
Yeah, that's where I'm at. I'm picking that. Burgundy, do you got a pick in this game before we give it to Oog?
I want to pick the Giants because, Bry's staring intently at me. But what worries me is that, as has been mentioned numerous times, the Giants have a winning record despite 3 of their 8 plays in the playbook being ghastly abysmal.
That is the other scary thing. 2 flea flickers and a reverse with a slow player. I know we're going to fix the slow player reverse thing as best we can, but
that doesn't mean that the flea flicker is going to line up, and all it takes is 1 or 2 flea flickers to nobody in particular that get picked up for scoop and scores, and all of a sudden the Lions have 14 unanswerable points.
Yeah, pretty much.
So, for that reason, I'm hoping that whoever's calling the plays isn't a complete moron on the AI side of things, but if they are, it's all Lions all the way.
Too late.
No, the Giants poached Kevin Gilbride from the Oilers when the season ended, so unfortunately they're screwed. Kevin Gilbride jokes, everybody. All right, Oog, lay it into us.
See you later.
First things first, Bri, you were right on. You talked about the running backs and the defense.
Yep.
And that's exactly it's. I have a section on my notes called "There." You know what the first line is? All depends on running backs and D's here.
Yeah.
But when you look at it, these offenses are completely even. Number 6 and number 5, they were 20 and 21 in the pass. They were 1 and 3 in the run.
Yeah.
And then you look at the defenses. The Giants were number 7, and Detroit was number 23. Detroit couldn't stop the pass or the run if their life depended on it, and the Giants could stop both.
That's true.
The Giants' defense is the key here, based on the playbook of the Giants' offense.
Yeah. They're going to win on defense. Winning a shootout is not a good plan.
The only chance the Lions have for success on the Giants' defense is with the run game. Okay? They need to crack the number 11 run game, less than 1,000 yards on the season. Detroit needs to crack that run game if they have any chance of winning. Because the pass defense of the Giants is going to swallow them whole.
And that
I
kind of
would not be surprised. I would not be surprised if they're dumb enough to let Pete throw the ball. If we have 2 linebacker interceptions in this game from the Giants.
The Giants have had picks all over the place this year, so that would not surprise me in the slightest.
Like, as far as offensive go, the Lions have like 1 inch in a cloud of dust of an advantage.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
On defense, the Lions have 1 player on offense, and the Giants have 11 defensive players. That's, and then when it's the other way, there's 1 defender for the Lions and 11 players on the Giants' offense.
And that would be Keith Ferguson, I would have to think.
Yes, it would be Keith Ferguson. Those 48 sacks are pretty damn impressive.
It's pretty good. It'd be a hell of a season if it wasn't for Golic Nuts, but we'll get to him.
The only thing that makes me believe Detroit can win this game in any way, shape, or form is if you lose, other T stands for touchdown.
Or the playbook screws them. I still think that playbook is terrifying.
I'm taking that into account.
Okay.
The only way the Lions win this game is if they injure Otis Anderson. Even with that fucking playbook.
So a clean sweep vote for the Giants here. It's begrudging for me because I do not... It's like the real Giants. I do not trust them.
Well, you know what? You pick against the Giants, and if they lose, you win the bet. If they win, you may lose the bet, but at least your fucking Giants won. Right?
I'm an honest actor here. I'm gonna make it what it is. Anyway, our final wild card game here: Vikings and Rams. I'm gonna go first, and then I'm gonna go get a refill of my coffee. So we got the Vikings and the Rams. The Rams, winner of Tank Division. They kind of put together a nice run at the end of the year. I think they finished 10-6, I believe. No,
the Rams are a hell of a lot better than a Tank Division winner. Looking at their
stats, they were the first team to break the NFC West curse in week 4. They won a game outside the division, and they have been one of those teams that even in the games they lost early on, it was not by a lot, and then they put a nice run together to finish, I believe, 10-6. Solid-ish team. They've got Cleveland Gary, who's just absurdly just killing it for them in the second half of the year.
10-6, you were right. Yeah. They only scored 281 points in 16 games. That's a different story.
They're not a great scoring offense by any means. They're under 18 points a game. But the good news for them is they're going up against a Vikings offense that pretty much seems to have 2 moves. Bomb it to Anthony Carter, and he might be open sometimes, and Wade Wilson taking off running.
I thought it was bomb it to Anthony Carter if he's open sometimes, or die.
Well, no, Wade Wilson can break off a run at any point. The problem is he doesn't seem to take off running that often, and he's not as otherworldly good as certain other players in the league at breaking plays, but he can. Mm-hmm. The Vikings defense has made some noise when they've needed it to, but they'll have to stand on their head. They'll have to play very above their heads, I think, to take this one. I'm taking the Rams, and I think it's going to be close-ish. but in the end, the Rams are going to space it out. That's who I've got. Bergs, you go ahead, and then I'll be back for Oog dissecting all the minutia here. So, Bergs, who do you got?
Well, just kind of looking at everything here, as weird as it is, because we've talked about the tank division the entire season, I just feel like the Rams in general are a better team than the Vikings. And I feel like that's going to show in that wild card game. And then whoever wins gets decimated by the Eagles, and I think that's going to be the Rams getting decimated by the Eagles.
So we have the Vikings getting kicked out of the league before the Eagles just playing that friggin' awesome flaming guitar.
Yeah, I think the Rams get the victory over the Vikings, and then that's as far as they go.
Yep. Is there anything else you need to say on the subject? Is there anything else you want to say?
No, I mean, as I'm looking at it here, the running speed isn't exactly great. As I'm looking at the Vikings, their fastest runner, it looks to be their wide receiver Lewis. Top running speed and 3/4 of the way across on the max speed.
All right, I'm back.
Okay, so before I go on to the minutia,
Who did Burgundy pick?
There we go. Who did Burgundy pick?
Burgundy picked the Rams.
All righty.
There we go.
So the Vikings are going to get thrown out of the league.
The Vikings will be thrown
Oh wait,
out
or
of the league.
does that not work in this alternate universe?
Everett's still the quarterback. The Vikings are thrown out of the league. Unless he gets injured and they have to chuck long. Sorry, greatest name for a quarterback ever.
It's a pretty good one, not gonna lie. The only better first name would have been Huckett.
Yeah.
Anyway, Burger or Oog, lay it out for us. What do we got here in the Vikings Rams?
So I mean, both of these defenses are very, very nice. Like for 10-6 in the tank division, they're still the number 6 defense in the whole league. 6th against the pass, 5th against the rush. And then you have the Vikings on the other side, 4th in defense in the whole league. 3rd against the pass, 10th against the rush.
2 top 10s, that's pretty good.
Then you flip to the other side. We'll start with the Rams. The number 8 offense in the league. 15 in the pass, 6th against the rush. So there's your irresistible force, immovable object. Is the Rams running game is Cleveland Gary versus the Vikings defense.
Yep.
However, we flip over that Vikings offense that's 22nd in the league, 27th on the pass. Yeah, Deadpool's gonna have to, have his legs about him. The slightly better defense from the Vikes does not take that offensive advantage away from the Rams in any way, shape, or form.
It'll slow them down, though. I still think a turnover-heavy game the Vikings could sneak through. But let's be honest, they're playing to be a sacrificial lamb in the next round, regardless. But it'd be nice to make the divisional round.
Exactly. So it's just kind of like I just want to see the Vikings get kicked out of the league because they were the first Niners loss, and then they can get steamrolled by the Eagles.
All right, that's fair. That's fair. So let's take a look at number 2, the Chicago Bears. I got to tell you, the 2s on both sides are like mirror images of one another. Smoke and mirrors is how I feel about this Bears team. They do not inspire confidence for me. I couldn't even tell you what their best power is. Anderson doesn't really run the ball. They seem to hit Morris for jump shot passes. Maybe the defense is okay. I don't know. I can't tell you. There's nothing about this Bears team the whole season has jumped out at me as this is their ticket to success. And they finished what? 13-3 or 12-4, something like that.
11-5.
11-5. So they're not even that good. Like the NFC is bad. Really. There's one team, and then there's a solar system of a gap, and then there is the Eagles. But we'll get to the Eagles. Okay, so I couldn't tell you. What is the power of the Bears? I don't know.
What is the power of the Bears?
Yeah.
Put it in 8, bitch.
Harbaugh running the ball is their superpower?
Harbaugh is the power of the Bears. Okay, he's got 94 hitting power and a 31 running speed. Okay, so he may not be running fast, but he can break tackles. The 50 passing speed means you get some nice jump balls.
Okay.
94 passing control and 94 avoid pass block.
Okay.
Means that he's super accurate too. And let's see, what do we got? We have Ron Morris with 81 receptions, Wendell Davis with 81 receptions on average, Glenn Kozlowski with 94 on average, and Gentry, even though everything else is horrible, is a 94 receptions on average. So, I mean, passing, even Thornton has 88 receptions. So, this passing game is actually what needs to happen with these Bears.
Okay.
And let's face it, the Bears defense, even randomized,
Isn't
still
that
the
good?
monsters of the Midway. Still the monsters of the Midway.
That's a fair deal. That's a fair deal, guys. And then, of course, we've got the absolute terrors.
Hey, you guys haven't said anything about them.
Hold on a minute. Sorry. First, that's right. Berg, anything to say about the Bears? Like before we move on?
Oh, sorry, I was getting excited about what was
Yeah,
coming
I
up.
know. I was excited to get to the Eagles too.
I know, but we all have to talk about the
He
Bears
says that
first.
tongue in cheek. I mean, I think if Harbaugh can throw accurately, he has a lot of receivers who have decent hands in terms of receptions. Whether you go to Morris, whether you go to Davis, if need be, Kozlowski has 100 in receptions, so that's
Mike
I'd say
Kozlowski.
pretty good.
Is his first name Mike? Please tell me it's Mike, because we have our new meme for him.
Mike Wazowski?
Yeah, Mike Kozlowski.
I don't know. I just put the last names of the players,
right.
Unless there were like two Jacksons or two Andersons.
Hold on a minute. Oog, what is his name?
Glenn Kozlowski.
Well, that still works. It's one syllable. I'm gonna roll with it.
We're calling him Mike Wazowski from here on in, though.
So yeah, that's pretty much it. And now, with no further ado, we are going to move on to That's right, they're coming to get you. Yeah, I know, right? It's not perfect. But
No, bad. It needs to be perfect. It needs to be awesome. And you secured the awesome with the flame-throwing guitar player. That's it.
I mean, listen, if you can fit the Doof Warrior into a stream, you got to do it. All right. Mm-hmm. Let's move on to the Eagles. The Eagles, they do everything great. Full stop. There's really very little weakness on this team. Really. Cunningham, he's fast. Seems to throw relatively accurately. He is prone to getting picked off a little bit, which could be concerning if he runs into a good defense that can actually get some defenders to follow those fast players around. Byers validates every game by taking one pitch out of bounds because he's so goddamn fast that he just runs so far they have to throw it out of bounds to hit him on the run on that pitch. Barnett, pretty good himself. They've even the odd time can fit the Jacksons in there to get some stuff done. On defense, of course, the almighty Golick Knott, 67 sacks on the year. He is...
Two more.
What's that?
He needed 2 more.
Remember, he had at least 3 games with no sacks at all. So if he gets a decent center in front of him, he can be slowed down a little. But they've got other guys. Jerome Brown has been pretty good. Reggie White in spurts was good for them on the front. Andre Deep Waters got himself a pick 6 against the G-Men when they needed it most when McMahon was in there. There's very little about this team to dislike other than the fact they are from Philadelphia. That they are fucking great. Burgundy, gush about the Eagles.
I mean, with the exception of the not liking because they're from Philadelphia, you pretty much hit the nail on the head. And here's the thing. I was looking at the stats here. They had a hidden gem on the bench in Mike Quick.
Well, we will talk about that because
We'll get to that. Yeah, like I can't even imagine. We may have to swap him and Calvin Williams.
And Calvin and Hobbs, just seems to make
Calvin and
catches
Hobbs,
for
yeah.
them. Yeah, we'll see about that though. We'll get on the stats. Yeah, Oog, what do you think here? I mean, anything you want to add to that already laid out? The Eagles are absurd.
Number 2 offense. Sorry, yeah, number 2 offense, number 1 defense. Burgundy, you need to start gathering people by the thousands to start greasing the poles in Philadelphia.
Like, look at this, guys. Eagles got a Super Bowl. The Eagles, look at this. The rushing yardage is that. Their passing is 7. And keep in mind, every
You're
fourth.
losing slave.
I sure am. Every fourth quarter. Holy God, you gonna come back sometime today? There we go. So we'll go back here. So they're number 2 in rushing, number 7 in passing, and keep in mind their fourth quarters were short field after short field after short field. So
basically, if they have regular drives, you could probably add up another 1,500 yards.
I mean, look at this defense. Number 1, number 4. That is.
It looks like one of my seasons when I have a bad rushing defense.
Yeah, and they even took the number 1 overall for the year in the last week. So
there you go. There you go. There's your Super Bowl matchup, if you ask me. Just look at those. Running a defense wins Super Bowls. There's your Super Bowl matchup, right there.
Yeah. Oh, I'm really hoping if we're gonna have
If
the Eagles are gonna have to win, I want them to beat the Broncos because the Broncos are the one team that I feel can really challenge them.
I'm just so sad that Houday had number 3, and we can't ever have Houday versus Houday.
Well, not this time, but we will be running another season of
Maybe
this.
next year.
Yeah, maybe next year when everything's randomized. Who knows? All right. With that, guys, we are up to the point of the night where we are going to work on some teams. So we're just going to work our way through.
Can I have 5 minutes, please?
5 minutes to just, you got to take care of some business?
I got to take care of some business.
All right, how about we rerun the fastest 3 minutes for those that missed it? We'll be right back here, guys, and we will nail it. Hell yeah.
Here it is, the final week in the first Tecmo Rando Bowl season. The playoffs are mostly decided, but there are 7 teams vying for 3 spots. Plus, the Eagles are looking to close out an undefeated regular season. Who gets to the postseason and who goes home? Let's find out in the fastest 3 minutes in Rando. Eagles skins. Fred X. Barnett delivers 3 touchdowns. Byers and Cunningham each score a pair, and the Eagles dominate to a 16-0 record, shutting out Washington 57-0. Colts and Bucks opening kickoff. Stop me if you've heard this before. Danny Mario Van Peebles could go all the way. 76-yard touchdown return. Last minute of regulation, Colts trail by 3, and right end Jim Scow jumped over the moon, picks up the fumble, and takes it to the house to make it a final. Bucks pull off the upset 17-7. Seahawks Rams to the 3rd. Cleveland Gary on 1st and goal at the 9, breaks a tackle and gets to the end zone. Rams tack on a late 4th quarter 54-yard field goal to ice it. Gaston Green survives injury, and the Rams survive a low-scoring affair 10-0. Chiefs and Raiders, this was all Kansas City. Rob Smooth Thomas tallied a trifecta of touchdowns, and Duron Cherry had 3 interceptions as the Chiefs roll the Raiders 39-0. Browns and Steelers, a Cleveland win clinches the Browns a playoff spot, but the Steelers lead by 6 at the half. First drive of the 3rd quarter, flea flicker to a wide-open Webster. Sergeant Slaughter for the tutty. But Pittsburgh won't go quietly. Brister, under pressure, flips the field with a 55-yard pass to Louis Loose Lip Sink Ships. Next play, Brister finds Lips in the back of the end zone to retake the lead, but the Browns air it out to Slaughter again to go up by 1. To the 4th, Gary Anderson to retake the lead goes doink and in. His third 50-plus yard field goal of the game, but with less than 2 minutes to go,
here I come to save the day.
Sergeant Slaughter goes for the hat trick, and the Browns head to the playoffs with a 21-16 win. Bears and Niners to the second quarter. Niners up by 2, 3rd and 17. Montana to Rice for 62 yards for the touchdown. Bears are the 2 seed and have the bye, but are upset by San Francisco, losing 9-0. Broncos and Chargers, both starting QBs get injured. The Denver defense registered 23 sacks between 6 players, including 9 for Cragen. Humphrey and Johnson score twice, and Mark Munford and Sons has an 8-yard scoop and score. Denver goes to 15-1 with a 34-0 shutout. Saints and Cardinals, both teams need a win and help to make the playoffs. Saints get tutties from Brenner, Perriman, and Hilliard as the Saints march to victory 23-10. Oilers and Giants. Oilers need a win and a Cincy loss to sneak into the 6th seed, and they get the win on the backs of Drewberry Hill, Hayvern, it's Ernest Givens, and Haywood, Jim Rome Jeffries, besting the playoff-bound Giants 23-15. Cowboys and Falcons. Kmart was open all day with 4 blue light specials in the end zone. Michael Irvin and Emmitt Smith also scored to fend off Floyd Dixon's pair of tutties and a couple of Falcons scoop and scores. Cowboys win a shootout 41-28. Dolphins and Jets. Clayton had 2 touchdowns, grounding the Jets 40-16. Miami falls just short of a playoff spot. Bills and Lions. Andre Reed and James Kenny Lofton each had 2 tutties. Aubrey Matthews scored twice late but fell short. Nobody circles the wagons like the Buffalo Bills. They stampede their way to a 37-21 W. Patriots Bengals. New England looking to play spoiler as they have scoop and scores from Tim Goad and a pair from Marv Cook, but it wasn't enough as Jennings, Brooks, Green, Crumry, and Fiddle-dee-dee Tim McGee each get touchdowns as the Kitties go to the playoffs and win the AFC Central, besting the Patriots 35-28. Vikings and Packers. Minnesota needs a win to clinch the 6th seed. Wade Wilson calls his own number for an 8-yard score. That's all they'd need as the Vikings win an ugly one 12-6.
I couldn't have timed that better.
All right. So we're back, guys. We've done the look at the brackets. We're going to quickly do some lineup stuff here, depending on time available.
I mean, Bry's still on mute.
Fuck. I unmuted myself.
Just on Discord.
Discord. I muted myself for the stream. You know.
No, I know. I
don't want to talk to you fucking arseholes. All right, you fucking arseholes. Let's do some lineups. Let's take a look.
Where are we starting?
Let's start with the Bills. I mean, look at that. 2 picks on the year. He half his completions went for touchdowns. I don't think Jim Kelly is going to be hitting the bench.
Here we go.
Oh, God. Jesus. Oh, God.
Yeah, I didn't even put Frank Reich on the chart because of how bad he was. I was like, yeah, they're going with Kelly.
I can tell you what my ideal lineup is, and then we can discuss.
All right. Let's go to offensive starters.
Okay, we got Kelly at quarterback. We got Thomas in 1.
Yeah.
We have Reed and or Mueller at running back 2.
All right, so let's take a look at Reed.
Yeah.
Hold on a second, Reed. All right, I see what you're throwing down. He's a. Hold on a minute, Oog. Hold on a minute. He's not much of a receiver. That ball control's scary, but man, he is a running back in form and function with that speed and that hitting power. Holy shit! He'd be way better than Mueller in the middle, that's for sure.
Well, there you go.
So we will consider Reed for second running back. Who was the other suggestion?
Mueller was the other suggestion.
I mean, he's good ball control. He's honestly pretty good. The hitting power's not the same, but
I would rather have him somewhere catching more balls myself.
That's fair.
But I have Lofton and Smith as receivers.
Let's see. So, I mean, Lofton was your top scorer in the league, 34.
He earned it just by being James Kenny Lofton. You can't kick him out of that position.
That's kind of the thing, right? You can't argue with that. So
you can't
Lofton,
argue with that.
And who was the other one?
And then John Smith.
Let's see what Mr. Smith looks like here. Who is an excellent... Oh, my God! Holy shit.
And then I had
Hold a
Metzelaars at tight
Hold a
end.
minute. Why don't we put him at running back and just leave Reed where he is with his terrible ball control?
The 81 receptions is way too valuable. No, I'm just telling you my guy's idea, and then we could talk about it. And then I had Metzelaars at tight end.
Metzelaars. All right. Let's just see here. Uh-huh. All right. Yeah. I can't. I mean, that's a freebie, right? McKellar hasn't done much anyway. Like, what's McKellar? He's fine, but he's definitely no Metzelaars. So,
No.
I think that's a freebie, Burgundy. You got to agree. We're going to make that switch right now.
Yeah, that's a pretty solid switch there.
All right, so this is the four we got to think about. So the argument becomes, do you trust that ball control as your straight up the middle running back? They really only tend to use it in short yardage, generally. The run doesn't happen a ton. And the other question is, like, Thurman's decent, but, like, do you want to move Thurman maybe to the second running back slot and put a better running back at the one?
Who would be the better running back at the one?
I still think you put Smith in that position, personally.
Then put Thomas and Smith there.
Like, what do you think? What do you think? The question is, though, are we going to leave Reed where he is? I mean, he's the second wide receiver. He doesn't get a ton thrown to
Here's
him.
the thing. I'm looking at those stats, though. Take a look at them again. That's a touchdown every second time he touches the ball.
Yeah.
Even with that 38 receptions.
Yeah.
If you want to leave him there and you want to make Thomas the second, you want to make Smith the first,
Yeah.
that's a damn good idea.
Here's the other question for you. Is he fast enough to be running a reverse? Because he has a reverse in the book.
He's absolutely fast enough to be running a reverse.
You just got to hope he doesn't fumble it. That's the one side
That's
of it.
the only thing.
So what do you think, Bert? You think Smith and Thomas? Or do you want to go Thomas, Smith, and Thomas, Reed, and then Smith at wide receiver? That's what it's going to come down to here.
Smith needs to be in this lineup, though.
Oh, 100%.
He's too good not to be in this lineup.
How you seen it, Bergs?
Man, I mean, clearly you're keeping Lofton. That's he's your lead receiver in the league.
And Thomas is staying in the lineup. It's whether he's the one or the two. Actually, I changed my mind. He's the two no matter what. It's who's going to be at one. And I don't think you can ride Reed at the one is the problem.
Yeah, I mean, Mueller's good, but Smith is better. Like,
yeah. And then you know what? With Mueller, go to Mueller again for a second.
Yeah. He's a hell of a receiver. Jesus.
You know what?
Put him at receiver.
If you want to
put him at receiver.
You know how many times I went through? Mueller was my number one receiver in my original.
Yeah. So, okay.
Listen,
Reed's out. Reed's out. We're gonna
Mueller in Reed's spot.
I think this is the correct lineup.
Yeah.
To me, that looks like the lineup.
Now Smith will be your best chance at both returns, but if you want to keep him as number one running back, put Reed in returns. Look at that fucking hitting power.
Okay, yeah, you know what? Reed still gets in. We're
and on punt returns and kick returns, the default ball control is 44.
Okay. So that doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter what your ball control is when you're a returner.
That I did not know. That's interesting.
So, I took that into all of my ideal lineups. That's why I want to say, hey, let me throw out mine and let's talk about it.
Yeah. So I think we have a chorus here. This is the lineup we're going to go with.
I have no problems with this lineup whatsoever.
And the best news for the Bills, no injuries, so this can't get fucked up in their first game.
It cannot.
So they are set. So I just do that and just make sure we're good.
All right. I guess we'll go to the Chiefs next because they're the opponents.
Sure, we'll go to the Chiefs next. They are the opponents. All right. Player data. So here is Steve DeBerg. We're just going to do a quick little look at the quarterback.
He's not the starter.
He is not the starter. Just how fast he is. He's a great rusher, but he's got Elkins there who, you know what? what does rushing power do again? Is that your top speed?
That is the way the rate at which you speed up from
Okay.
running speed to maximum speed.
Okay.
So you're starting when you look at running speed, you have to take it at least 2 or 3 levels down
Yeah.
from your maximum speed. So a 94 rushing speed would be like a 69 maximum speed. So you'd be going from 69 and so slowly, eventually getting up to 94.
Okay, but he's starting at 69, which is still
Yeah.
pretty damn good. It's pretty
And
nice, if you will.
Your passing speed. Sorry,
Sorry, I was entertaining myself. Go on.
your passing speed, like his accuracy of passing means nothing in this game.
Yeah, that's bullshit.
You have a 63, 50, and 44. So he may get some passes blocked.
Yeah.
At least half of them are going to be where they need to be.
So
And he's got like 63 to 69 is the perfect passing speed because it's not too much of a bullet and you can still get jump balls.
So let's take a look at this. 63, 50, and then the bottom one's 44. Let's compare that to DeBerg. I mean, the passing speed is the issue for DeBerg. He throws goddamn parabola moon balls.
Yep.
They take
However, I'm
so...
looking at the 75, 88, 94, 88, and I'm willing to put that over that 6.
So there's the question, right? Like he's the guy that's the horse that got them there. But if you look at it, 24 touchdown passes, 13 picks. Can you trust him to not throw a game away?
Well, and look at that 43.9 completion percentage.
Yeah.
I mean, what was their record? Their record was 13-3. They
Yep.
did 13-3 with that. You don't take him out because they're 13-3.
That is the other side of it. So we just wanted to look at the two quarterbacks. You always want to look at the quarterbacks. So now that we've done that, we go in here and remember Okoye's hurt, so this lineup changes could change.
Uh-oh.
Give us your ideal lineup here, Oog, and we will discuss.
That is a
Oh, hold on,
misconception.
wait. Okay, now Mike just dropped a really loud sounder. Go. God damn it, Mike!
Jet Koye and McNair at running back.
Okay, and is the 1-2
In order. McNair's number 2.
McNair's
That
two?
6 ball control is the 100 speed is wonderful. That 6 ball control, you want Jet Koye at number 1.
Yeah, that's fair.
That he may be your returner too. However,
Woo,
so at wide
Barry,
receiver,
Jesus, get some sun, bud. He's got good receptions, but yeah, sorry.
have him at tight end.
So we're gonna have Okoye and McNair potentially. All right, tight end.
Okay, have Word at tight end.
I mean, let's see. Not a lot of ball control, but he's reception man. That's for sure.
And that 94 hitting power, 63 speed. He could get away from people before they get a chance to tackle him.
All right. Here's my question. So are we putting Word at kick and punt? That
1
90
second, let me take a
Oh,
look.
okay.
We have McNair at kick and punt.
Yeah. Anyway, sorry. Wide receiver. What is your top two?
Wide receiver, we have Jonathan Hayes, so your backup tight end,
Yeah.
and then Burden.
So Smooth isn't even in the goddamn lineup.
No, Smooth's not good enough to be in the lineup with those stats.
All right, let's see with Hayes. Hayes is your number 1. So he starts with slow running, but he accelerates quickly.
And he catches a lot of balls and more balls than Smooth. I'm not saying Smooth can't be in the lineup, but I'm just telling you what I saw.
And the other one
And I
was
saw Burden.
Burden. All right, so Burden. All right, I mean ball control and receptions. Yeah.
That's good. So that's 94 ball control, 94 receptions, 81 maximum speed. He doesn't get there quick, but when he gets there, he can outrun anybody. And then I had Barry Word at tight end.
And we have it's a Word. So right now, who's going to be the second running back if Okoye is hurt? Is the question.
Well, let me look at the wonderful spreadsheet that Mr.
Yeah,
Burgundy gave us.
unfortunately, I don't have Excel installed, so I can't open it. So
Oh, no, I have it. Oh, okay, so we're looking for a backup running back, right?
yeah.
Um, Thomas Jones
Mm-hmm.
would work decently. He goes from 44 to 56 almost instantly
Yeah.
and has 69 ball control.
Nice. That joke's not getting old.
If you really, really, really wanted to, you could keep, even though his speed is horrible, his hitting power is incredible, and his ball control. Look at Page.
Stefani.
Look at discount Jerry Rice. And I'm only looking at the bottom three. If Okoye is injured, because I would want Hayes in Okoye's spot.
All right, that's fair. And then I guess we're gonna probably put Page in at the kick and punt with 100, unless you want to.
No, that's it. That's fine. The first 5 yards of the kick return may take a long time,
Yeah.
but if anybody gets to him, he should be able to shake them off. Yep, that works.
What do you think, Burgundy?
I think that was a very well laid Taylor Swift pun, considering it's the Chiefs. I don't know if you were going for that, Oog, but that just.
Sorry, you mentioned my name and Taylor Swift in the same sentence.
It's like there's no way that was intentional.
Okay, if it wasn't, then good on you. I was like, damn, that is some smooth wordplay that even I'm jealous of.
I'm fucking dying. Stop.
I don't even know what you guys are talking about.
No, I'll be honest. As soon as it started that, it said Oog did it. I'm like, I'm laughing at that. There's no fucking way Oog did that intentionally. I did not get the reference myself, so.
All right, so Oog, the last thing you had said was about shaking them off, and I immediately thought "Shake It Off," the Taylor Swift song, Taylor Swift, Chiefs.
Oh God. Oh, I'm sorry. I need to go take a shower now. I'm dirty. Oh man, I feel like I betrayed myself. I feel like I was Judas to my own Jesus right now.
Well, Judas in my mind, boys. I think we're gonna roll with this. It's gonna get fucked up when Okoye comes back. The good news is they're still good enough to win, even if the lineup gets fucked up. But this right here is the crux for them. I think we stick with DeBerg.
Yep.
But it's
He needs to keep the ball on the ground, and by that I mean he needs to. No one's open.
But the good news is that if he throws into coverage now, he has his receivers' best hands in locations to help him. Let's
take a look at DeBerg again for 1 second.
He's not horrendous. It's just the passing speed.
You're talking about the parabola. What I've known about the parabola, and I've played randos where I've had passing speed of 6 on average with quarterbacks. It's like playing with Vinny Testaverde in the OG. You just throw it up.
Just throw it. No, just
1,000
no,
miles.
Oog.
I know what I did.
You said it's like playing with Testaverde and you just throw up and you stop there.
You just throw up.
Oh man, so many Taylor Swift references, Oog. You're a closet Swiftie, aren't you?
All fucking hug it, chug it,
I'm a
football.
closet Swiftie. Let me take a knife to my own throat immediately.
I'm amazed Oog didn't leave the call after that. All right, and then the winner of that game will play the.
Done. You can't get any better than this.
Did I just sign off?
See you Sunday, folks.
Oh, God damn it. Do not do that. We need you. All right.
No.
So let's take a look here. Jeff George is excellent condition, and he's got numbers for fucking days.
No, you don't take Jeff George out of this lineup in any way, shape, or form whatsoever.
That was another one. You didn't see the Excel sheet, but I didn't even put Trudeau on the sheet. Once I saw those, I looked at George's numbers. I looked at Trudeau's numbers and said, "Yeah, I'm not typing those in. I'm lazy."
It's not worth it. No, it just wasn't worth your time. And
Oh my God! I forgot they've got 900 injuries.
You know what though? The other day, I finished a game where everybody but the starting quarterback was injured. There was 5 X's underneath quarterback on the right side.
I've seen 4 before. I've never seen 5.
I saw 5 for my first time ever.
I've seen 4 like a couple times, but never 5.
Even seeing 3 is ridiculous.
It is. It's fucking gross. So, what is their ideal lineup here with what they have right now?
Oh, Jesus Christ. Here's my thing. When I looked at their injuries,
yep,
I decided not to bother because it's just going to set back. One of those people is coming back.
How does Pat Life's a Beach make so many catches that are contested? How? Oh my God, Pat. I mean, Hester is a wide receiver who just gets open when he needs to. Oh my! How's Bill Brooks make so many? What the fuck?
Okay, there's a reason he has a 17 average.
The bullshit is real.
No. There's no way to look at this team and say what's the ideal, except for having Jeff George quarterback. Or you need Ivy Joe Hunter back.
Yeah, that sounds about right. Ken Clark.
You might want to put, even though the receptions is shit, you might want to put Anthony Johnson if he's not in. Oh, sorry, the speed and shit.
Yeah.
Ball control and receptions. You might want to thank him. Ken Clark would be nice for a kick returner with that 63 hitting power.
Okay.
He's already there.
Man, that's rough. I'm gonna put.
Stanley Morgan's your starting running back right there.
Yeah.
Yeah, Stanley Morgan's your starting running back.
Sure. Like, why not? This lineup's so fucked.
He's not a financial liability either.
No, but look at this. He's definitely not a financial liability. But, I mean, the 69 maximum speed, the 75 hitting power, that 13 to 69, which is basically 0 to 6. He's going to go from 0 to 9. The quickest time you could almost possibly do, because guess what? Every 2 sections of Tecmo is actually the same value.
Oh.
So when you look in the OG, everybody has a 69 rushing power. Okoye has a 75. Do you know what the difference is? Nothing. So you can pair 6 and 13, same thing. 1925, same thing.
All right.
31-38, same thing, and so on and so forth. You know what I mean?
I hear you.
Take a look at Orson Mobley and tell me why he should be your second running back.
It's got good ball control, and he has a good maximum speed, decent hitting power. I mean, that all kind of jumps out. He's in bad condition at the moment on top of that.
So that maximum speed average is 94. So everything up. The ball control is 94. 25. You know what? That's a decent receptions for a running back in this game.
I think we're going to put Clark down there. He's slow, but decent.
Doesn't matter. Look at the ball control and receptions.
That's exactly what I'm saying, because he's the second wide receiver.
And guess what? He'll get off the block quick.
Oh my God! Fuck! There's so many fucking. How? Oh Jesus Christ! This team.
Like, go back. Do me a favor.
Yeah.
Put Hester in tight end.
Yeah.
Go back to your running backs.
Okay.
Okay. Go to Mobley. Sub in Beach.
Sub Beach in for Mobley?
For a second. I just want to look.
Oh God, he's so bad.
No, keep Mobley.
Oh yeah, no, 100%.
No, I just needed to see. Yeah, that would be with the people you have injured. That would be the
And
ideal
this
one.
lineup is going to reset, and we'll have to revisit this in playoffs.
Especially Henry comes back and continues his 0 yards per game friggin' campaign.
So for the playoffs, Oog, I may just have you as the bring you in for lineup fixes if a team survives after a sub. Sort of.
That's absolutely fine by me. You know that I'm down for that.
All right, cool. Any arguments here, Burgundy?
The
Like,
lineup doctor.
what do you think of this lineup? It's wild. We have almost no one in there that started the year in there,
Except George, because
Huh?
This Trudeau is about as capable of running this team as the Trudeau we know is as capable of running our country.
Yeah, that's fair. The
That's a
basic,
Canadian joke, folks.
basically these Colts are the Peyton Manning Colts. Really, it's Jeff George's ride or die.
Everybody else better? Yeah, I
Yeah.
understand that. I
mean,
understand that.
I'm not trying to run down Edgar and James or Marvin Harrison or
Well, no, Harrison belongs. Harrison was there for a reason.
I'm not arguing against they had some good skilled players, but like they were a ride or die team on the back of Manning, and it's the same thing with Jeff George. This team goes
Let's
as
put
far.
it this
Manning.
way. Let's put it this way: the Peyton Manning Colts had 2 offensive coordinators. The offensive coordinator upstairs who made the call,
Yeah.
and then the offensive coordinator at quarterback who said, "This is a shit call. We're going to make one that actually works."
That sounds about right. All right, let's go to the other side of the AFC. We are going to have, let's start with the 6th seed in the Browns. Let's just take a quick look at the quarterback. So that's
One other thing on the Colts, you don't have to go back.
mm.
One other thing on the Colts. Basically, what you're saying is Peyton Manning got them far.
Hey, McGrew in the house. And here's I don't know if you got the chat open there, Oog, but if McGrew could figure that out, that would be amazing. Where you could set your starters where if there's an injury, it doesn't reset them coming
I
back.
see it right now.
Yeah.
And McGrew, I'm sorry, but I would never have thought of that.
Me
But
neither.
thank you.
Like,
Dude, we're gonna make something out of this, so keep doing it, man. I loved it from the time you started it. Bry made it something better than I ever thought it would be.
it's been a collaborative effort, make no mistake. Bergen and I have just been doing iterations here and making things better by the week, and season 1 has been a success, and I'm looking forward to the playoffs. But yeah, no, McGrew, we're going to send you a list of things that, hey, could we do this? Or hey, could we mess with this? Or, we've got a few things that we are looking at, and I know you sounded interested and still seem to be, so if you are, we'd love if you take another crack at it. It's more a force, Darwin. Anyway, let's get back on track here.
So we got the Browns, right?
Yeah. So,
Like anybody but Kozar is going to be quarterback.
I mean, shit. I did not realize they had this on the bench.
Pago's fucking good. Pago's fucking good. But
The pass
look
speed.
at that.
Oof.
The pass speed is like, okay, Pago is perfect if Kozar gets injured.
Yeah, at least they got a backup. Yeah. That's wild. As if they this is Montana Young levels of unfair quarterbacking on a team.
This is Favre and Rodgers also.
Yeah.
I'll give it that.
Yeah.
I'll give it that.
Yeah.
Not often in NFL history.
Dude,
Okay, so I have Mac and Brian Brennan as my running backs.
Mac has had some fumbling issues, and there's a good reason for that.
I'm in number 2.
Yeah. Who's the other one you wanted?
Brian Brennan.
Let's see. So, Brennan. Let's take a look at Brennan. Okay.
Do you understand why I want him as a running back?
Yeah, he's got hitting power, and
He has better ball control than fucking Mac does.
he sure does.
And unfortunately, Metcalf's a piece of shit.
Yeah, 31 versus 19 for Mac on ball control.
Yeah, it's a little better.
Okay, So, I mean, you can't not have Slaughter where he is.
Nah,
I don't care if the receptions are 19 at excellent. He earned his place. Look at that. Look at
I
that
mean,
season.
he has
50
dropped
yards a catch.
some open balls. He's missed some ladder shots, but like
Doesn't
he
matter. 50 yards a catch and 23 touchdowns. You're not taking him out of the lineup.
he can run himself open.
Yep. Our backup tight end Daryl Talley is replacing Langhorne in mine.
Well, first of all, let's just take what does Langhorne got going on? He's just he's got
He'd be
some
a good
stats.
running back. He'd be a good running back.
Maybe we put Reginald in there instead.
Mm.
All right, let's see. So
But look at Talley, wide receiver.
good ball control, good receptions. Not much hitting power, but he's decent
Doesn't
otherwise.
matter. That's why he's a receiver and not the tight end he's labeled as. And I have Vernon Joins as our tight end, by the way.
Who, sorry?
Yeah. Vernon Joins.
Let's see here. Good ball control, good receptions, nice hitting power. He, maybe a little slow to accelerate, but he's going to be a possession guy. He doesn't need to be,
That's your tight end, right?
That's a tight end if ever I saw.
That's a tight end. And I have Ozzie Newsome as our returner.
And at least we'll be able to get Newsome back in here, too. So that's Newsome got. The ball control doesn't matter for returns, as Oog has already pointed out. And those, based off.
Look at that 69 start, 50, so he accelerates nice, and that 88 hitting power, and then you don't have to worry about any of your starters getting injured on returning.
That's true. Always a nice thing. So that's a hell of a lineup, I got to say. That's a pretty good lineup.
Burgundy, what's your thoughts?
I mean, they were the top offense in the NFL for a reason.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. And now we're only improving their starting lineup.
Yeah, that's been pretty good.
And no injuries.
Yeah, so this is going to be set at least until they get an injury, or if they lose in the opening round. But oh man, this is going to be an interesting one. And speaking of guys, their opponent, the Cincinnati Bengals, Kitty goes meow, 10-6, wins the Central. Let's look. Here's OK Boomer. He's pretty okay.
I'm looking at those pass, the blue,
Yeah.
and I'm drooling.
Do you think?
Just a little bit. And then looking at Randall Cunningham's speed.
And you look at that. God,
And you look at
Boomer dies. Boomer dies. They're done.
Boomer guys are done.
Oh God. All right. So let's go over here. And Icky's hurt, so this could get screwed up, but
Icky. It will get screwed up, but this is without Icky. Everyone is Stanford Jennings.
everyone is. He's a good return man too.
Everyone is Stanford Jennings.
Yeah, look at all that.
Oof. Oh my God! I never looked at his numbers. Jesus.
RB2 is Kendall Smith.
Kendall Smith. Let's see here. Nice ball control. Nice speed. Oh God, yes. I see it.
We have Brooks and touchdown Eddie Brown as our receivers.
And that's good to get Brooks. Oh my God, a hundo on the receptions. Yeesh.
That's why I put him in receiver instead of running back.
I mean, you look at it. He caught 7 balls. Sorry, whatever. I don't have 7 fingers on one.
Yeah, he got 7 balls, and then Burgundy's like, "Hey, where can I get on this party?" And I'm like, "Hey, give me the address once you find it."
203 yards on 7 catches, 2 touchdowns. Turn that into a Swifty joke, why don't you, Burgundy? All right. And his rushing wasn't horrendous. It was serviceable. So him at receiver, I can't argue with that.
He had horrible running plays. And then Eddie Brown,
who is actually downtown Eddie Brown, so it works. I'm okay with this.
Yeah. Okay, so McGee is the tight end.
Fiddle-dee-dee, who's good, caught himself 15 touchdowns as a receiver.
You know he's going to catch the ball that's going to come to him.
It's the ball control that's scary. Ooh.
It's scary. Like this is where there's a debate naturally.
Yeah.
And then I have Stanford as our returner.
Sorry, who? Oh, Jennings.
100 speed and 100 fucking rushing power, 63, 88, and 100.
Yeah.
Do not have him as a returner.
Yeah, I can get
Four
more with that.
plays.
All right, so let's
So he,
hold on a minute. Let's
So-
talk about McGee. What are the possibilities for McGee? I mean, it's not Green. He's better ball control, but he has no receptions. I knew that. But I don't know anything about these.
Green's a backup tight end. Oh, sorry, backup running back.
Yeah.
Hey, go to Barber.
I mean, ball control for days, decent receptions. He's got hitting power.
I'm there. Give me Barber.
I mean, it's going to be tough to top that.
Give me Barber, but let's look at Holman and Caddis anyway.
Yeah, no.
No.
Holman's a
At
running
home,
back.
go back to the bench.
Backup running back.
No, he's the backup bench in case the first bench breaks, so the players have something to sit on.
No, so Barber.
Yeah,
Let's
no
do it,
shit.
Do you guys agree?
I can't argue with that lineup, honestly.
Burgundy?
No arguments here.
You just hate to see Fiddle-dee-dee hit the bench, but you know what? It's the right call.
You know what? He got his exposure throughout the year. This Fiddle-dee-dee played all year.
The reason Fiddle-dee-dee was the tight end over Barber because he was Fiddle-dee-dee.
Yeah. You got to go with Barber.
Yeah, no, I understand.
All right. Last team in the AFC, guys, the Broncos. Let's just take a look at John Elway here. He's been pretty good this year.
1 second. I need to look up my Broncos because I only did the wild card teams.
All right. Well, the Broncos, as you can see, he had John Elway had 22 rushes for almost 600 yards. So he's able to break off a run when he needs to. He got a little pick happy late in the year, but I think that's more on his potentially on his receivers than anything. It's not. His pass control's a little shitty. And yes, he's hurt. I know. So we're gonna have to put it.
I have a question for you.
Oof.
Do they run or do they pass more? Sorry.
They basically just ride Vance Johnson, but I would say that you're putting Natil at running back because Humphrey doesn't run a ton, but he's terrible. I know that for a fact. Like, where's Humphrey?
I would put Mark Jackson at running back with 100 maximum speed and 63.
So let's see here.
And then I would put Natil in Vance Johnson's place and put Vance Johnson in Mark Jackson's place.
First of all, look at Ricky Natil's numbers, guys. This is the highest stat total in the whole league. Combined stats for anyone at a position.
This is the best player in the league.
Yeah.
And nobody comes close.
And he's average, guys. He touched the ball 30 times, and he scored 15 touchdowns. Has to be.
That was like Jerry Rice in 1987.
So who's our second receiver? Is it going to be Johnson?
No, yeah. So you have Natil and Johnson.
Yeah. So here's Vance getting moved to the bottom. Like, he's pretty goddamn good, too. Look at those numbers. 75 touches, 16 tutties, and 1,000 receiving yards. Like, pretty damn good.
So you put Mark Jackson in running back one.
So let's take a look at Mark Jackson here. Not a lot of ball control, but he pretty damn fast, I gotta say. But he's not going to touch it a ton. And then Sewell as the second running back. You know what? I can kind of get on board with that.
Looks like a returner. Does anybody have better than 75 hitting power?
I don't think so. Let's see.
Put Sewell in returning. No, right away. Just do it.
I'm just looking. What's Bratton got?
But
56. Young. 81. You know, there's some numbers to be said there for Michael Young.
Well, no way. Ooh. That's your tight end. That's your tight end right there. Put Young in tight end.
I mean, yeah. Oh,
That's
yeah. All right. Let's see. What has K got? Just to see.
Yep, here's your returner.
Oh, good.
He's your returner. He's your returner.
Every kick return begins with K, boys.
Every punt begins with K, too.
Yeah, well, every first down begins with K. Anytime he made a catch, I got to bust that stupid joke out.
that
Second running back, I could hear arguments against Sewell, but like he's very run backish. Just look at he's not the fastest guy on the planet. That's literally the only reason. But with that hitting power, he accelerates quickly. Or starts fast, I should say, but he slows down quickly. I don't know. What do you think here? Is there anyone else you'd rather put in at second running back?
1 second. So,
What do you think, Berg's
Sammy
got anyone?
Winder. Sammy Winder.
That's what Winder's got. All right, good ball control. The stats are a little better. I can't argue with that one. And they, of course, have that big injury. But here's the thing. This lineup changes, and Elway draws back in. That is still better than this lineup.
Yeah, it's still better than this lineup. Like, Elway is so much better than Kubiak in this that Elway will make up for whatever.
Like, fuck, that's a black hole of something.
You see that 50 accuracy of passing, everyone in chat? See that accuracy of passing at 50? The only respectable stat of the blue?
Means nothing.
Doesn't mean anything in the game. It doesn't count.
Yeah, no. I think that's the lineup. Bergs, any alternatives you want to throw out there? I mean, I figured this was going to be our wide receiver set. That one I had pretty much shit Kubiak. Jesus.
At this point, the only thing you can do to make it better is give Elway some ayahuasca or something and get him back in the damn game.
Yeah, but that got Aaron Rodgers injured for the year.
Oh, boy. Let's start with the Lions, and then we'll do the Giants. Rodney Pete, you're in excellent condition, and you suck at passing. 17 touchdowns, 28 picks.
But you look around, there's no choice.
Oh, God, yeah. They're going to have to stick with Pete. Jesus.
This is pick your poison here.
Okay, so here we
Yes,
go.
McGrew, we are going to before the next season, we are going to have the league ownership, aka the viewers, vote on any potential setting changes. Much like the league, it's got to be 75% or higher to implement a change. So we're gonna do that, but that's down the line. All right, so Greer's hurt. Greer's hurt, so it may or not. Pete's staying in. Sanders is your running back.
No, he's not.
He should be a receiver. Oh my God.
He is wide receiver 3.
Yeah, I could buy that. All right, who we putting at running back? Matthews? It's got to be Matthews.
Farr is your running back.
Who is?
Farr.
Let's see what Farr's got. All right. What does Matthews look like? You know what?
You keep him receiving.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, you keep him receiving. And with that second run. But Farr is your running back.
All right.
Matthews at top receiver, where you have him.
Yeah. So here's Matthews. Okay.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, Greer, if he weren't injured, would be where Johnson is.
The old Dick.
Good old Dick. We're going to keep, even though the ball control and receptions aren't that nice.
Yeah.
It's the first time Dick's ever been fast
Yeah, all right.
in his life.
Yeah.
So we'll keep him there.
Sanders goes at
Sanders is number 3.
Yeah.
For that 94. Jeff Campbell, wide receiver 4.
Campbell. I mean, fast, good ball control, good receptions. Basically.
So, yeah.
He's not breaking a tackle to save his life.
Greer, who cares? If he's fast enough and he can catch the ball and nobody can touch him, doesn't even matter.
Oh, Mel, you're going off returns, buddy.
No. Who do I have on returns? I have Farr on returns.
Yeah, I can't argue with that. Man, oh man. Their whole offense is weird. The 4 wide receiver teams just weird me out. I don't know why, but they do.
Okay, so you see Matthews there?
Mm-hmm.
On every other schedule, he would be the second running back.
Yeah.
Okay? Yeah. And then Campbell would be your tight end.
And you leave Matthews where he is because he has a run play, so that makes sense.
Yeah, you don't want that Matthews run play out of the lineup.
Yeah.
Absolutely not.
Burgundy, any thoughts here? I can't argue with this lineup. I really can't.
What the fuck is this? No,
Son of a bitch.
I mean, you ask for my thoughts.
Yeah.
It seems like the obligatory. No, I like the lineup.
All right, that's fair. That's fair. Now we move on to near and dear to my heart. Please help me try to fix what we can other than the playbook, because it's. Or for those who don't know, there's the broken ass fucking playbook.
Yeah, that's the playbook. Like, I would almost say, forget about the fucking starters and fix your goddamn playbook.
Not allowed. I outlawed that completely.
Okay, so here you go. Go to your offensive starters, sir.
Hold on a minute. Here we go. So let's look at this. I was not aware Sims actually was that accurate of a passer. Avoid the pass block sucks, but man, the rest of that is pretty crazy. And the stash is kind of the opposite. He has good avoid pass, and that's about it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeesh. All right. Offensive starters. Sims, I think, is your starting quarterback.
Naturally. By the way, your running backs stay the same.
I mean, I don't even know if Megan has a run play, so it doesn't really matter. There's no run play for Megan. It's all Anderson. Second run back. Second.
How does he have 6 rushes for 0 yards?
Because Anderson was hurt at one point.
He wouldn't be in if he was a starting running back. It would be Carfon.
Wait. Go here. Look, they have Ingram runs 3. Yeah.
Holy shit! How the fuck did Mega get any runs whatsoever? Your wide receiver 1 is Odessa Turner.
Wait a minute. Will they switch the second running back to first at any point? I don't think so, eh?
No. That makes no sense that Meg gets 6 for 0 running.
How did he manage that? We'd have to go back and look. I don't fucking know.
Who cares?
All right.
Have Odessa Turner as your wide receiver 1.
Let's see. Turner. Yeah, okay.
I have Howard Cross as your wide receiver 2.
Oh, we're going to the backup tight end, Howard. Yeah, again, I can't argue with that.
And then I have Ingram as your tight end.
And good receptions, good hitting power. Okay. And it doesn't. I don't think it fucking matters for this. Their return game is horrendous.
Cross.
You want to do cross?
Cross and cross.
It might help them a little on returns, but their return game's one of the worst in the fucking league.
Well, that doesn't. Unfortunately, the returners have nothing to do about that.
I know.
But there you go. So, you fix your offense.
I mean, yeah, as best you can. Other than burning the playbook, yes.
Burgundy.
So basically, Bri, he's giving you cross to hope that your return game has some semblance of a prayer.
Yes.
I'm not religious whatsoever, so that's wrong, but I'll take it.
I mean,
I'm going for puns here, for fuck's sake.
I was raised Catholic. I'm on board for it. Alrighty, so that's done. And they are going to be playing the Eagles, so we'll do that now. Whoever wins this game. There is Mr. QB Eagles. He had a pretty good year. His completion percentage, not amazing, but compared to some of the other quarterbacks in the playoffs, it's fine. His stats are not added. No.
We're actually changing this lineup?
We may or may not. We'll see.
No. They're 16-0.
I know.
You can touch this lineup.
If we were to fuck with it, what would we do? I mean, here's Byers.
If we were to fuck, give me a second. If we were to fuck with the Eagles, what would we do? Okay.
Oh my God, even Sherman's got great ball. He's a running back. His speed's not amazing, but he doesn't run. He had 5 catches for 2 touchdowns.
He is your tight end.
Maybe, but Barnett.
No. I'm telling you how to fuck with the Eagles.
I'm looking at the lineup and just saying, do they kind of fit where they are? They are 16-0. Do we?
Mike Quick should take Heath Sherman's spot.
But they don't run with Sherman.
Doesn't matter. Oh well, then he should take Byers' spot.
No. I'm sorry. We can't.
Well, then Mike Quick needs to be a tight end.
That? Oh my God.
Keith Jackson needs to be a returner.
Yeah, no shit.
Trevor LaBelle needs to be a goddamn receiver.
Oh my god!
Oh yeah. You didn't see this. I was trying to talk about this before.
Oh my god!
And that's been on the bench all year.
Oh, this team is so fucking stacked. You know what?
That is a disgusting act.
Make Quick your second wide receiver.
I think so. Because they don't really feed the tight end, but they do hit the second wide receiver on occasion. I like Quick here. His receptions aren't ideal, but like they're fine. You know what I mean? I think we put Quick at second wide receiver and leave Jackson in at tight end.
Okay.
Now, is it Kenny or Keith Jackson? Because remember, there's two Jacksons on the team.
Kenny or Keith?
Ball control's better on
What's
Keith.
Keith look like?
Yeah, and the hitting power. And then we're gonna put
Keith should be a running back. Keith should be your fullback.
could. If you want to stick with what? You want to stick with him in the middle, and you want to go with your fullback in Jackson. I just think you get more use out of Keith Jackson, potentially a tight end, but I don't think it's going to matter. Boo this team. Oh my God. You know what? I'm okay with this. We didn't change the real guts stars of this offense, but we've enhanced
this is purely custom. This is like if the Philadelphia Eagles were a hot blonde in Hollywood, they would be walking into a cosmetic surgeon just to look better. That's what's happening right now.
Basically, we're putting a spoiler on a spoiler here is what we're doing.
Yeah. Like, the Eagles are going to steamroll over everybody.
Probably.
And we're making sure they have the lineup to cement that and kind of guarantee it.
At least till he gets hurt.
Mm-hmm.
Burgundy, any objections to this lineup? You are the Eagles fan.
You have final say on this one,
Yeah,
Burgundy.
you do. How do you want to play it?
Ooh.
If you want, I can even reset it to default. Whatever you want.
No, I as good as the hands of Williams is.
Yeah.
I mean, geez, even LaBelle's. Well, LaBelle doesn't have a lot of running speed, but everything else is very solid.
Let's take it.
The backup tight end.
If he's got no speed at all, but my God.
No, not Williams, LaBelle.
Oh, you know, I was just looking at Williams. You mentioned him.
LaBelle. Look at that fucking shit. No, he starts slow, catches up real fucking quick, doesn't drop the ball, and doesn't fumble the fucking shit, and rolls over people too.
This is an embarrassment of riches. This lineup is an
Yeah, I know.
embarrassment.
This is a pick your pleasure kind of a thing.
Yeah. I love seeing the Eagles being overpowered, you guys. It's so pleasurable.
You know what? It makes my brother happy, so I'm not going to complain.
I'll make sure to clip that sounder.
But wait, it doesn't have mic. It's a...
It's just audio, dude. It's just audio, dude.
Son of a bitch! Give me a drink. All right. I can't. I got to go to work here in a little under an hour. So we got to get our asses geared. 3 more teams to go. And you know what? We're going to have time. Maybe I'll wet your whistles on the way out the door. What do you think, boys? Do you think they've earned it? They've sat
Do I want to go LaBelle or do I want to go Jackson?
what are you feeling here? How you feeling here, Bergs? You know what? I
mean, LaBelle has the better hands, so I feel like for a tight end position who's going to be not really doing a lot of deep routes, I feel like that it's almost like a slot receiver in a sense.
So what do you want then?
I'm going to say keep LaBelle.
All right, keeping LaBelle. Here we go.
It's hard for LaBelle. The fucking greatest, even better than Dexter Carter, is deep cut in Tecmo.
All right. Minnesota at 8-8. Let's take a look. Here's Wade Wilson.
You start
That's
Deadpool. I don't
old.
care.
Well, his condition.
His value to the running game. His value to the running game makes Rich Gannon's bullshit.
Fucking Gannon. How is he a better passer? How is Wade Wilson the better passer?
Because Rich Gannon, but in 1990 and 1991, Ray Wilson was the passer. Rich Gannon was the scrambler.
Yeah, that's funny. Herschel Walker is not your fucking starting running back.
No, actually, here we go. We got Deadpool at quarterback.
Yeah.
Alfred Anderson and
fucking
Leo Lewis.
Fenny shouldn't be a running back either. God.
That's why we have Anderson and Lewis as your running back.
Anderson. I mean, look at those nice numbers and 100 ball control.
And then Lewis.
And Lewis. More ball control, more speed. I mean, I can't argue with that. That's 1 and 2.
Right, then you have Walker and Fenny as your wide receivers.
Yeah, no shit.
Walker and Fenny are wide receivers.
All right. Walker and Fenny. So this is your top route. This is your bottom route. They tend to throw that flea flicker to the bottom route a lot. Does it really
Who
matter?
has a better reception? No, they both have 100 receptions. It doesn't matter.
I think Walker on the top works.
Less.
Walker works at the top. Well, no, because the bottom route, if the flea flicker works, the guy's open. So I don't.
Okay.
I feel you need the ball control on the top route.
And then I had Jordan at tight end.
Serviceable. I can't argue with that. Ball control's a little
And then,
concerned.
and then Hassan Jones is your returner.
All right, so Hassan will get back in. That's good.
Well, take a look.
Yeah, he's.
81.
Yeah.
Yep. That's all you need is that 81 hitting power.
And the other thing to keep in mind is about this team. Let's just quickly look at their playbook. So we have Lewis doing a run right now.
Okay, you have 4 different people doing a run right now.
Jesus Christ. Keep it on the ground, Vikings, although you don't have to as badly with this lineup, but still. Wait, they actually have 4 different runs? I never noticed. That's insane.
I saw it just when you went to their playbook.
That's crazy.
Fact.
I've never seen
And
that.
Herschel Walker gets the Bryce Hall thick twist.
You know what? I'm okay with him having his dick twisted right off because he's a donkey.
There you go.
That's not here nor there.
We did something right tonight.
All right, Burgundy, what do you think? I got to say, this lineup's about as set as it gets. I can't see there being another way to jump at this one.
Yeah, I mean, looking at the color coding, there's a lot of orange and red in there. There's a lot of not so good statistics. So you're kind of working with what you got.
It's going to come down to can the new wide receiver team, the duo, save Wilson? That's what it's going to come down to, really.
Yep, I agree.
That's what it is for them. And they are playing
The
Rams. So let's see. Here's Jim Everett. I mean, a better passer other than the fact that he does get to Dikembe a fuck ton.
Yeah, but look at that. They're always going to be accurate. And if he has to scramble, nobody's fucking stopping him.
True. And then there's Chucky.
He chucks long and chucks well, but he throws goddamn rainbows.
You know what?
He does. Indeed, Leslie. So with that, let's go in. I think we stick with Everett as our starter. Cleveland Gary is your running back. Even with those receptions,
I have Gary at wide receiver 1.
I know, but you got who are you going to replace him with?
I put McGee in running back 1.
Let's see what McGee looks like. We'll consider it. Kurt, how is that not your running back 1? How is that not your running back 1?
Because he was already in running back 2. He already has his place in the lineup.
But
so I left him in his place in the lineup.
But
I forgot to have the dick twist. I didn't know. I forgot to look at the playlist. No, Warner's running back 1. Running back 2 needs to be somebody who can receive. Take a look. Can I see their playbook again?
No one runs. It's 3 runs and a
I
dick twist.
want to see their passes.
Okay.
I want to see their passes.
And thank you, Mike. I was thinking Kurt Warner's fast. How's he not running back 1? And then I looked at the stats, and then I did the Tex Avery. Oh my god.
It's the running back 2, running back 2, running back 2, running back 2. You need a running back 2 with some really, really nice hands.
All right. Let's go back in here. So there's Cleveland Gary.
Yep, there you go, running back 2.
He's got hands. And if he catches the ball behind the line, if there is a dump off, he will have a chance to cruise.
All of his passes
Yep.
are players and deep. I have look at McGee. I just want to see McGee.
Fiddle-dee-dee. Goof your McGee.
Tight end.
Oh, what was Holohan got? Meh.
Faison.
Meh. Sorry, no.
Faison.
For wide receiver 1, let's see. Jesus Christ, this team has a lot of speed. The
By the way, that's your returner.
Oh, you think? Yeah, no shit.
Yeah, just a little bit.
And the last one we look at is Flipper. Not terrible, but fuck, he's slow.
Not terrible, but that's not okay. It's fucking slowish. Burgundy, chime in because I'm out of options now.
That's comparable. I'd say he's better than.
That's who I had at tight end.
Yeah, Cox, no, God no, and Green, no.
Yeah, Cox sucks and not in a good way.
Ha ha!
He's the most horrible blowjob ever. I think Damone Johnson's your best bet.
Cool?
I think so.
There's
There's a bit of a cliff dive here, boy.
Okay, so we got Warner and Gary.
Yeah.
We got Faison.
Yeah.
We got Johnson, and we got McGee. Okay, so we got all the people that I had, just in different positions.
Yeah. No. That's in good condition. So it
How
made
do
up.
you not make that your lead running back?
Jesus
How is he 2
Christ.
for 0?
No, can we fix the Bears is the real question. Burgundy, you can't argue with this. You're okay with this?
No arguments here.
Yeah, no.
Can we fix the Bears? That's questionable.
I got to do official family shit.
Okay.
You guys do the Bears.
Oh, God.
And then when I come back, show me the Bears, and then I'll be like, yeah, you guys are right.
All right. So double muster, there's an Anderson, and then Harbaugh, who's, as we said, the one that we kind of live on. If you look at Harbaugh, yeah, he's pretty good. He's a very solid quarterback. And Tom Sack, the ball sack, managed to get some stuff done in relief of Harbaugh. He's not a complete black hole. But, yeah, he's not exactly as good as Harbaugh. They're comparable, honestly. So losing Harbaugh won't kill them, and he's been hurt a couple times, if it happens. Let's take a look at the offensive starters here. I think we stick with Harbaugh. No disagreement there, Bergs.
Yeah, that's pretty much a coin flip, and if he gets injured, it's what can you do?
So Muster right now is their running back 1. Slow to accelerate. Starts slow, and his acceleration's in, but his top speed is nice. Good ball control. But could we do better? Let's see. Anderson is the opposite. He starts fast and slows down immensely, but that ball control, no, I don't think so. What have we got here? Morris, great hands. I think you can't argue with that. See, he starts fast, slows down, but yeah, I can't imagine you move him away from wide receiver. Davis, on the other hand, is kind of the same thing. Wendell's pretty damn good. Can't argue with that one there, I don't think either. He slow to start, but man, he gets up to that top speed of 38 pretty fast. He's not going to be a running back, that's for sure. Thornton,
No.
Thornton, meanwhile, another good receiver, another slow guy. Not much we can do with him. And let's start here. His maximum speed is really good, but his acceleration is total balls. Maybe we move him to the Anderson spot, but let's see. Green.
Yeah, that looks like an improvement across the
huge improvement. I can't see us topping. Let's see. Bailey. He's more of a receiver. and he's faster. We may have to look at him at a receiver spot. No ball control, but maybe the Davis position. We'll see though. Who else we got? Mike Wazowski. He's a receiver for days. Okay, he's going at receiver somewhere. He's fast though too. I mean, you know, can't argue with that. How about Gentry?
Gentry, go back. Yeah, go back to being the bench for the bench.
Now this is, I like Cap. Oh, I'm a Cap fan. This is pretty good. Yeah, he take him a while to accelerate to top speed, but he starts at, I think Ook said the top they can start at 69, and I think based on where he is, he would start at that 69 speed. So he'd be slow accelerating, but he would start at a decent speed. And okay hitting power, good ball control. I think that's our running back 1 right there. That's the 2 runs. That's the muster runs. Can you argue with that one, Bergs?
I'm good with it.
Yeah, I think that's probably the one. Anderson now at, again, terrible ball control. They don't run that play very often. Who are we going to stick in there? We could stick with Muster there. He's not going to be a receiver on this team ever. I think we start with him there. He just starts so slow is the problem. But we
have a suggestion from chat. Davis at tight end 1.
Well, yeah, no, we will look at that. We're getting there.
We're getting there.
We're getting there because we're gonna have to fit some receivers in here. So Morris right now, bad condition, starts fast, has terrible top speed. Who was the one that was really good? Was it Mike Wazowski? Mike Wazowski's pretty good. He's pretty good. And who was the other one? Bailey? Was that it? Yeah, and Bailey's. I think that's your 1-2 right there. Maybe you change where they are.
They're good at football.
1-2. And what was Davis? Davis, yeah. And we gotta fix this one here. But who are we gonna put in there? I didn't really notice any big hitting powers. What do you got for me, Bergs? Hit me with a good hitting power suggestion.
Oh, good hitting power suggestion. Can we move Harbaugh? And is it no? Actually, yeah, Harbaugh is your best hitting power person at 94. But outside of that, you could go Muster. You could go Green.
I think it's probably going to be Green. But
you could maybe. Well, yeah, you already have Davis in there, so maybe Green's the way to go if he's not already in the lineup.
His acceleration, his acceleration's okay, but he starts slowish.
That's why I was saying go Green. Unless Green, now they're saying Green has to be a running back.
Who are you going to put him in over him? But no, because he's got, you know what? You might be right. He's such good ball control. No. We're still fine tuning a little bit here, but
no kidding. I'm going to Chicago right now.
So hold on a minute. So here's the question we're trying to come up with. Running speed of 25 on a kick and punt return, but acceleration of, the rushing power is 50 and the maximum is 100. I think we go Muster at returns. I think that's the choice. I think we do Muster at kick and punt. So here's the lineup we have gone with.
75.
Yeah. So here's what we've gone at. All right. Harbaugh's your starter.
Okay. Of course.
Cap is our starting running back.
Ooh. Good old original Tecmo deep cut hero Pat Pazzo.
Yeah.
Yes, he is your starting running back.
And then there's also this, which is pretty damn good too. Double 100 ball control, I want to point out, as your starting running backs.
Mark Green?
Yeah.
Absolutely. See, I'm looking at that 63 receptions for Green too.
No. Don't worry. That's like 4th or 5th on the team.
Oh, okay. So who do we got for receivers?
Mike Wazowski!
Even further down.
We have Mike Wazowski, of course.
Yeah, Green 63 is actually 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's actually 7th on the team.
Are you keeping Wendell Davis or are you keeping Morris?
The reason we went with Bailey here.
Wait a minute. So I'm seeing Davis as our tight end, which makes sense.
Yeah.
And then we have Johnny Bailey.
I just want to say thank you, Starwin, for the gift sub to bbq.gov. Enjoy that, and thank you very much, guys. And then
Yeah,
our starting one is Davis.
Yeah, go back 1 second. I'm looking through the file
Yeah.
while you're doing this, so
Yeah.
I'm not really seeing. So okay, so go back to your lineup,
Yep.
just so I can take a look. Okay, so we have Davis. Will Davis is our tight end.
Yep.
Hey, you stupid piece of shit! Fucking move. Okay, I can't. I'm not disagreeing with anything here after having looked.
It's a crazy looking lineup, but
No. But having seen it, like, okay, so 1 second. So we got Bazo, definitely starting running back. Green, definitely starting running back. Okay, then we got in Mike Wazeski. Yeah, I would put him starting a receiver. Johnny Bailey. Hells yes. Let's just hope that he gets a lot more touchdowns than being tackled. And then Wendell Davis at tight end. I cannot disagree with that in any way, shape, or form. And we got Muster as a returner. So that's their 75. Okay.
okay, I've got 2 save states of this, so I can't save over the 1. So paranoid, you guys. Hate losing a save state.
No, you're perfect. You're perfect with Muster. You're perfect with Muster.
It's pretty good lineup, I gotta say.
Zero to say about that lineup.
So with these lineups in place, guys, we're just going to quickly go right back here to the schedule. How are we feeling about any potential changes? I still feel the Bills over the Chiefs. I'm still feeling that. What do you think? Like, I know we did these a bit ago, but...
Okay, so I still have 6.5 for the Bills over the Chiefs. I still have 2.5 for the Bengals over the Browns.
The Browns-Bengals is so interesting. It's all going to come down to how the Browns defense can stand up, and if they can contain the Bengals on the ground. If they can't, they're doomed. They're not going to contain them through the air. They got to contain them on the ground. They got to make
can
them...
only do wild card, right?
Yeah. I mean, we can look ahead if we want, but
we need to know who wins
Lions,
first.
Giants, I feel even better about the Lions now giving the Giants hell. Honestly, I really, really do. I know that their passing is suspect as shit, but
yeah,
the Giants playbook makes me so nervous.
I'm still going, despite the playbook, I'm still going with G-Men.
And Vikings, Rams there, I feel even better about the Rams. The Vikings have a better chance, but I still feel good about the Rams.
I still think that the Vikings are getting kicked out of the league myself.
Okay. Burgundy, since we never gave you a chance, what do you think? Chiefs, Bills.
Oh gosh, I don't like the now, especially with everything kind of flipped. It's hard to tell because we're looking at in some cases completely different lineups.
Yeah,
but I'm still leaning towards the Bills on this one.
and keep in mind Okoye's hurt, so that whole lineup could get reset. There is that.
That's also what factored into my decision.
That whole top half has the injury reset potential. So whoever survives this Chiefs-Bills game, if the Chiefs get Okoye back and still win, oh God, Chiefs don't get Okoye back, they win. They go to play the Colts and they both get guys back and they play default lineups in the divisional. Oh, I kind of want to see that. Fuck, I hope.
Embrace the chaos.
Embrace it. Get a body bag. 100%, Leslie. Browns, Bengals, meanwhile, you still feel good about the Bungs?
Ooh. How bad is the Browns defense going to be?
Yep, that's the question.
I'm thinking pretty bad. I'm not as confident about the Kitties, but I think that their offense can overcome all the defensive issues for the Browns more than the Browns offense can the Bengals defense, I think.
All right.
I was gonna say, the Browns defense is going to stay the same piece of shit that it is,
Yes, it is.
and you just upgraded the Bengals offense.
I don't disagree. How about the Lions
I will
Giants?
take my 2.5. I will take my 2.5 for the Bengals and put it to 5.5.
Okay, adding a field goal. Bergs, Lions Giants. I'm so scared of this game.
I know it's so scary.
Oh,
I,
God.
it how badly will the offensive coordinator fuck up, and can the Giants
For
overcome?
either team. Because Pete can't
That's also
pass.
fair. Oh God, you're right. Pete needs to not throw the ball, and the Giants need to not flea flicker the ball.
And I'm not gonna lie, okay? I want the Bears to come out of the top half so they can maybe knock the Eagles off. That's what I'm cheering for up there. I'm not cheering for the Giants. I'm cheering for the Eagles to lose. I'm sorry, Burgundy. I want, you know what? Make the Super Bowl and lose 18-1. Write that book. Yeah. Little Antonio Pierce quote after Super Bowl 42. 18-1. Write that book. It's good shit. All right, Vikings Rams. What do you got?
Shit.
What do you got? Vikings Rams.
I think just I'm gonna lean G, man. Just I know I said Lions earlier, but I have faith. Maybe it's dumb faith, like most Giants fans. But I'm gonna go along with the ride. I'm not gonna be anti-opposing team who I root for, unlike some people on this channel. Shut up, Brycel. Yeah. Did that get loaded yet?
Not yet.
Oh, god damn it.
So we'll have to revisit that Sunday morning since I actually don't have anything to edit Sunday morning like I normally do. So I can actually work on some sounders.
Because we've had some gems added in the last couple of little bits here.
Oh god. All right, Burgundy. Sorry, who'd you pick? Vikings or the Rams?
Oh, I was still in the
Oh, sorry.
I'll stick with the Rams.
Lions Giants, dude. Come on.
I mean, I don't care who wins between the Lions and the Giants. The Bears are going to beat them. I think. I hope. Because I know the Giants almost beat the Eagles twice. Honestly, they almost did. But
They almost beat the Eagles twice, which means
that's
they
fine.
lost.
That's fine. We can put a new one up, guys. He's fine. I'll take care of it Sunday morning. I'm not worried about it right now. Anyway, guys. Since we're done a little earlier, I got some time. If you bear with me here, I am going to see you out of here.
Hey, dude, we're still talking about the Lions Giants.
No, we're not. I'm done talking about the Giants. Fine. Hurry up. Hurry up.
All I gotta say is I'm still with the Giants because the Lions defense fucking sucks.
Okay.
Giants by 7.5.
All right. Okay, fine. Vikings, Rams. I'd already picked the Rams, but I'm going to say it again. God damn it. All right. With that, guys, we haven't actually discussed when this is going to start. There's 11 games to get through, which is basically...
Vikings get the front of the league.
Yeah. So what do you think, Burgundy? What do you think of a 1 p.m. kickoff on Sunday? It'll be a little shorter than we've been doing because it's going to be somewhere between 3 and 3.5, 3:45 to do the stream. And we probably won't take a break midway through because, we're not running fast 3 minutes or whatever. So we'll just run it all.
And it's kind of silly to do the fastest 3 minutes.
Yeah.
You only have 13
And we're
games.
already well into the playoffs.
You have 1 week of games to play.
Yeah, it's 11 games. So,
Yeah.
we're golden. I think 1 o'clock start, guys. Does that sparkle with you, Burgundy?
Yeah, it's fine. I'm looking at the schedule. It's one of the rare times where the Eagles actually have a 1 o'clock game.
Oh, okay.
But they're facing the Commanders.
And they lost to the Giants, and the Giants suck. So,
Yeah, but they also took the Eagles to overtime. So, meow.
Can I be a part of these playoffs?
Well, like I was saying, Oog, I think we're going to keep you as kind of the lineup fixer.
Yep, no, that's cool. Hey, I'm part of the playoffs. Dude, done. I'm happy.
And then that way too you can also enjoy the games as we meander all the calls and plays and the crazy stuff. That's Swan, by the way, guys. Hi, Swan. Yes, hi. All right. Swan.
Oh, 1 o'clock's also when your Giants are facing the goddamn Jets.
Fine, 4:30 then.
Well, I don't know. Do you care about the Giants-Jets game?
I don't care.
You know what? I kind of do enough to say both their teams are playing at the same time for once. This way, the West Coast can be drinking with us. So there you go. 4:30 Eastern. 4:30 Eastern.
Yeah, it works.
Sounds good to me because I can always put a game on my phone if I need to.